Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon. Presented by Pacific Office Automation.
Goodbye summer, hello fall. We'll do it all over again. Welcome into the 2025 high school football season. I am Nick Krupke. This is Fox 12's Friday Night Lights. And while many schools don't rev it up until after Labor Day, including all of Washington, a few in Oregon have the opportunity to get some run during week 0. Boy, a big one where the sun always shines. Complaints very minimal in Happy Valley. Lake Ridge, Nelson, Spencer, Phillips, Pacers picked 4th in the preseason coaches poll. Aaron Hazel's Hawks right there at 7, maybe bump them up a little higher. They're keeping score now. Nelson began the half down a point at home. Not out of it for sure. Starting off that second, strong senior running back Corbin Crossland. Take a big run, little spin, get in. Take the lead for Nelson. Later in the half, Nico Brigado shows why they're called the Hawks. That ball hawk claw, picking off that reception over the head of the Pacers. They would get the ball back. Malachi Garlington catching a short pass, going the long route. Jukin, weaving, bobbing, in. Boy, those looks good, huh? White helmets, black tops, 26-14, middle fourth. Nelson's in front. Pacers not going away. And Sue Sano, don't you know, going to UW. He's going to rumble on in. Hawks nearly getting there. However, they would keep that steady pressure. The Pacers unable to find the end zone again. And a major win, 26-21 for Nelson. Corbin Crossland on that hallmark victory for that newest school in Clackamas County.
We went into that locker room and we just talked over and we switched up a couple things. And we just told the line to keep on pushing and keep on working, and that's what we did. We feel great. We want to be top dogs this year, and that's what we're going to be. Remember Nelson.
Yeah, the Hawks next head to Timberline, Idaho. Lake Ridge will host Mountainside. Wow. Big battle for the Big Island and the big champs for the Beaver State. The reigning 6A title holders out of West Linn against Kamehameha High out of Hilo, Hawaii. Already the 3rd game before Labor Day. Meantime, John Eagle, his final season at the helm of West Linn, returning 8 All-League players, 3 Three Rivers League first-team standouts. Sloan Baker getting that starting call. The buddies like Josiah Molden, easy transition. That two-way star making mom and dad proud. His first, not the last. 2 minutes of game clock later, Baker, another touchdown maker, the slant to their superstar. Vigo Anderson, little streaker, surfing down the sideline. They're in hot pursuit. Quick change of direction. High five in the end zone, 54-yard score, catch a wave. Another breaker by another guy with some football in his DNA. It's MJ Kennebrew. What can he do? Well, you hit the beach. 28-yard surf and score. Lions roaring. Their scoring is 21-0. Right before the half, Sloan, a rocket to Ashton Marquise. Hang loose and hang on. Defending champs roll on. Their first win of the season, 48-21. Linn travels now to Sherwood and Sumner before getting back home with Eagles' old school, the Campus Papermakers, in Game 4 before the TRL slate begins. How about a pad-popping non-league pairing and perennial powers opposing on that turf in Tualatin? Don Ferraro's Timberwolves, ranked 5th coming in. James Holland and Clackamas don't need a number to know they're going to battle every time. Talk about a good sign of things ahead. Tualatin's first snap, a big play. Owen Hagerman, lateral, Cole Hockmeister. The deuce is loose. Number 2, TD number 1, an 83-yard opening salvo. Boy, next Tualatin drive, Hagerman and Hockmeister did it again. Not as long, but still counts just as much. 15-yard touchdown, 14-0 home team. They kept on howling into the night. Carter Powers in at quarterback for moments like this. The keep for a first down. And set up this one. How about Ty Flowers? Put him in a vase. Admire the beauty. A shorty stem in for 6. 21-0 Tualatin. Clackamas would remain on the attack as they do. Dylan Brower and Cody Parker looking like that offseason work's paying off, moving the chains. But the possession would soon end. Looking long, but finding the other team. Then Iden Rule gonna get that rock. Now Trent Dearborn with the pick. That turnover cashed in for T-Wolf points. Rule rams it in, 28-0, 49-14 Tualatin in the end. Clacknell looks forward to its home opener against Wells, while Tualatin will play a non-league game to Jesuit. Get your S's in order for this next one. Sandy Sunset in this final Friday of August. Damian Merrick's Metro League Apollos won't cry about transfers. Just another opportunity for the next kid to play. Josh Dill and the Pioneers always play it tough for the Mount Hood Conference. They got some dudes. Micaiah Turin, a junior who can sling it and knows right where to go to his number 1. Grayson Fitch, Where's number 1? Junior, deeper than the deepest. The deep six-em. A 66-yarder along Cornell. 7-zip Sandy, opening drive score. Boy, this next play is the play. Second possession. Hard to top this. Turand, Fitch, sticky hands. So nonchalant. You know where to look. Right at the camera. You got to love it. Well, after the play of the night, 28 yards. Should be worth maybe more than 6 points. Wasn't. Now I was at this game. Sometimes you moves faster than a 44-year-old in his 21st season on the sideline. That's Marcus Haim. Senior going ham for 77. Purple rain into the red zone and soon after into the end zone. Griffin Ellingson. Draw it up. Lock it down. Ellingson. Touchdown for Sunset, their first of the new campaign. But Sandy had more to open that second quarter. The Zebra's going to box me out here, but Mason Fredericks is going to score. 56-32, Sandy the final. The Pios will play another roadie next week at Wilsonville. Sunset will make that trek Tiger. And while the slate in 6A was limited with jamborees sprinkled all around, the 5A and below put on a show. Fox 12 in Cougar Country, the Cammy Cougars, coached by Jimmy Joyce, landed at number 8 in that preseason coaches poll. Health will be paramount, as it always is. Welcoming the West Albany Bulldogs and Brian Mel's boys were voted 6th after a semifinal playoff push last season. This one featured a lot of turnovers and a lot of penalties. It is August 29th, after all. West Albany's RJ follows with the INT, starting off here the year right. Sometimes in the early season, jersey numbers don't match the roster online. I can tell you, Cammy's number 6 made a solid play to get him up in lights there soon enough. Picked the other way. Early season woes, though, continue. The handoff exchange will get better. Ball goes back over to the Bulldogs. So trying to break that chain, but the miscue cycle continues. The Cougs come up with the turnover. Then Godfrey Kahn can do that, gets in on a nice setup, and Bo Harvey calls his own number. The only points of the half, and would be really the only points they would need. 28-0, a shutout. Canby will remain home with Newburgh while those winning Bulldogs bark back to their park to host the Bend Lava Bears. More 5A non-league matchups from Kaiser. Redmond parading over to the place the McNary Celtics call home. Game 1 for new head coach, Pratt McNary alum, Josh Rydell. Former ball boy, star quarterback, first offensive play. You love it. Taven Cum, Jackson Crawford, sophomore to senior. Special stuff. What a start for the Celtics right out of the gates. The Panthers, from that Intermountain Conference, are still battle-tested in Game 1. Dallin Scan, Wyatt Horner hanging on. Same drive. Eris Vassar, the payday on a Friday. Redmond into the lead 7-6. McNary, though, with the reply. Gavin Burns now at quarterback. Lincoln Goff on the other side. Yeah, there's no goofing around in this play. Blue shirts get it done. Sees back out in front on that touchdown, but the Panthers blank them from there. 28-12, Redmond comes back over the mountains to play Cascade and Turner next Friday. Meantime, McNary home again with Ridgeview. And what a Week 0 game in Estacada. A top 10 showdown in 4A. Rangers and Tillamook Cheesemakers meeting for a 4th year in a row, splitting the last 2 years, including the Makers trip between the hedges 2 years ago. Of course, EHS beat THS in the 2022 4A state final. Tonight, Estacada. It was the Griffin Boomer show. The senior getting a cheese wheel rolling. Direct snap touchdown, 7-zip for Tillamook. Griffin continued to bring the boom a few plays later. Boy, this is a nice interception. Give the Cheesemakers possession again. A field goal would be kicked by Peyton Troxel to put them up 10-0. Griffin going to get a little help from his friends as well. This one's going to be through the air between the hedges and going to be a long bomb hauled in by Kevin Hurleman. Big gain, what a catch. The Cheesemakers would wrap up the half. A nice dart over the middle to Max Abruga. Knifes his way in for a touchdown. Pretty Gouda, if you ask me. Squeaky's, though, my favorite from the factory. Big ballers, too. Final tally, Tillamook a winner, 24-6. Cheesemakers home next week against Marist. Estacada will go to Crook County. Yet another top 10 tilt in the 4A ranks. This time, McNabb, Field, and Scappoose. The Indians always high expectations, especially at home along Highway 30. Pendleton Buckaroos saddled up for the 230-mile bus ride, joined by their co-op teammates from McYoway Community School. And while the Bucks made the quarterfinals last year, orange and black in the semis, Tribe also won this meeting at Pendleton last year in the season opener. Opening quarter, opening score for the kids in the comforts of home. Will Kessie, the junior starting quarterback, rolling right through, 42 yards, 7-0 Scappoose. Second quarter, Bucks on the board. Feed the beast and Tug McQuinn. He's 5'9", 175. Plugs in from the 1. Game tied at 7. Later in that frame, Scappoose back into the lead. Kessie can run. He can throw right in the breadbasket of Nolan Lennox. That's an operation. Little buzz, too. 68-yard bomb. Tribe up 13-7. Buckaroos, they got a combo to kill. Cole Kazooie from the Umatilla tribe hooking up the pass and catch with Jubal Hoisington. He's 6'3", 210. That's a big junior tight end. Pendleton last swing the lead, 14-13. Not for long, though. 56-29, Scappoose the end. They'll remain home with Baker next Friday. The first of 4 straight weeks on the road for Pendleton. The Bucks home opener not until September 26th against Estacada. Still to come, more on that Pendleton travel and the bond between football and camaraderie in their community. A month straight of busing around the Pacific Northwest, just firing it up for the Buckaroos. Plus, our high school spotlight goes the distance with a cross-country star from Banks who has running in her blood. That's when this Week 0 edition of Friday Night Lights returns right here on Fox 12.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, sponsored by Pacific Office Automation.